Good day, everyone. I'm Meg Tamamo, Solution Engineer from Oracle, and today we're going to discuss Oracle Digital Assistant for your human resources and employee assistance. Now, to discuss the agenda, first we're going to have a mini demo for an employee digital assistant to be followed by a conversation designer, wherein you can design your own bot and user conversation flow without any use of code or script. It's just drag and drop. So it's very exciting. Later on, you will see how we can do it. And lastly, we will discuss the bot analytics, wherein you can foresee or uh, take into the statistics of what's going on between the bot and the user conversation. So to begin the demonstration, let's start with the first agenda. Let's have the demo of the employee digital assistant. Let me switch on to my portal. Now for this demonstration, I have here a dummy website wherein I plug in my bot widget. I named it Ask Jamie. Bear in mind that a digital assistant can also be plugged into other streams. It can be on your other social media accounts such as Facebook Messenger, WeChat, Line, Viber, even Microsoft Teams, Cortana, and Slack, and so on and so forth. If you already also have mobile applications, either in Android and iOS, we can also plug in the bot widget in your applications. So to start my demonstration, let's trigger the bot. I'll be using the voice capability of the digital assistant to trigger the bot. Let's say, good morning. So this voice capability is an added feature in the digital assistant platform. So why voice, if you may ask? As we all know, technology has been transitioning to a conversation UI or conversational era. Gone are the days that we download lots of applications to do other tasks. Right now, we're in the era of utilizing voice-enabled devices such as your Bluetooth speakers, your smartphone, or even your smartwatches. So just by talking to it or speaking to it, we're inducing the task to the robots at the back end. So we're using our voice to tell the machine or the machine learning what it needs to do. Now, let's say I want to file a leave, and I'll just utilize my keyboard to do that. Can I file a leave, for example? Now, once the digital assistant captures my intention to file a leave, it will assist me for that request. So it determines the type of task that I would like to do. Throughout the time, different tasks can be added into the knowledge base of the digital assistant. It can be enhanced, the bot can be trained and making it more intelligent throughout the time. So the more you use it, the more it enriches its vocabulary, the more it becomes intelligent. Now, let's say I'll input my sample employee ID. Now, it's asking me to select the day of my leave. For this one, I'm using an example of a rich HTML tags. I incorporate like a calendar HTML tags inside my conversation flow. The other ways that you can design your conversation flow is actually just asking the days or the duration of the days that you would like, or a single date, or it can be a specific as tomorrow or the next day or the day after. You can say that to the bot. But for this demo, I use a rich HTML tag just to show you. Another way that you can do or design a conversation flow is by utilizing a pop-up form. So a pop-up form, we call it a web view, wherein if you have an existing leave form that you would like to utilize, you already have a portal that you would like to call the URL link, we can also use that or reuse that inside the digital assistant. Now, for this demo, let's say I would like to file a leave for the 30th, this Friday, and let me click submit. Okay, let's say, yes, sure, I would like to. Okay. All right, now, so what we have just done is we were able to submit a request. So submission of a request usually entails integration to the backend. It can be a save update to your database, or even for this one, it's a push notification. For example, it will have a push notification to the email of your manager, subject for your approval, and so on and so forth. So there are different ways that you can connect to your backend system. It can be that you're calling an external application. You can be calling your database, or it can also by calling another web service or your endpoint, existing API endpoint URLs. Or if you have an existing API management system, we can also do that. So Oracle Digital Assistant has an enterprise-grade integration for your applications. Now, let's proceed. So it asked me, is there anything else that it can do for me? Let's say, can you check my leave balance? My leave balance, for example. All right. All right. So it now in the first flow, we have demonstrated that it pushes a data in the backend. Right now, what we demonstrate is that it pulls or retrieve an information. Let's say for the database, it's getting how many leaves you still have to consume. So let's say thanks. All right. So this is a very short demonstration of an HR assistant. A digital assistant, the power of it comes by configuring it with other skills. So skills is like an additional task. Right now, I demonstrated a leave balance or an absence request assistant. You can also incorporate to your digital assistant like filing for a aside from leave, vacation, sick leave, or checking your payroll system, or even setting your goals. So you can also procure, for example, you want to procure something for your employee benefits, or take an exam for your employee benefit, something like that, or even file a bank loan. Those are other skills that you can do in digital assistant. You just need to define it as a skill, and then let the digital assistant do the intelligent routing in its systems. So those are the possible use cases that you can do in your employee assistant. Right now, for the second part of my demonstration, I will do the conversation designer. Let me just switch my portal. Okay, so what I have here is the digital assistant dashboard. Okay, so in this digital assistant dashboard, let me just hold on and load for a second. Okay, so in my digital assistant dashboard, you can see I have lots of skills. So as I said, skills are the different tasks that a digital assistant can do. It can be filing a leave, checking your payroll system, your salary, or even checking your benefits for bank loans, and so on and so forth. Now, let's say I would like to create a skill or a task that can assist me, like an IT assistant. Let's say I will create a new skill. Okay, IT assistant, for example. And let's just create. Now, for this second part of the demo, I will create a mock-up flow of your conversation flow between the user and the bot. So there are different personas in digital assistant. First of all, there are the bot designers. So bot designers are the one who create the conversation flow, what will be the customer experience, what will be the customer journey, where it be going to be saved, where it be going to push notif or retrieve information. The other one are the bot developers. The bot developers are the one who create the full integration and the whole conversation flow using the dialogue flow. And the third one are the backend developers. These are the one in charge for the backend integrations, porting it to a website or to your mobile applications, and so on and so forth. Now, as a bot designer, this added feature in Digital Assistant, we use the conversation designer. It makes you use a click, drag and drop way to design the conversation flow. No need to use the visual or any flow chart or PowerPoint to do the bot and user conversation. Let's just say I would like to buy a new laptop or buy a new gadget, office gadget. So typically a task is a verb, an action verb that you would like your bot to do. Let's say create. Okay, so this interface is the first part that you will show. It's very simple. You just need to design the flow of the user and the bot conversation. Let's just say, I will say hi. And as you can see, automatically the digital assistant captured the word hi, and it classified already that it's a greeting. So if I say it by new laptop, for example, it changes. It already captures that it's an intention utterance. It's a task. It recognizes that this one is an action verb. It's an action that needs to be performed, or a task that needs to be delivered. Now, that's one intelligence that digital assistant can do. It can recognize the utterance that the user can do. Now, for let's say we'll retain with the hi, because we're just starting the design of the conversation. Let's say done. Now, once we trigger the bot will answer, of course. Let's say, hi, I can help you with the following. Okay. Now, for example, as the beginning, there are different types of conversation. It can be conversational, like the one I demonstrated earlier, in the employee assistant bot, wherein the user and the bot just keeps on talking in a conversation manner, or it can be menu driven. So you set the boundaries on how or what are the choices of the user, or it can be using cards to utilize images. So a better customer experience when the user saw images or videos and so on and so forth. Let's just say for this demo, I'll utilize the actions to induce menu-driven approach. Let's say by new gadget. Okay, and then the other one is, let's say, file service request. Because you want to, you're having a bug in one of your application installed in your laptop, or let's say you want to follow up. So as you can see, this skill or task can be utilized in a typical HR or employee assistance chatbot. It can also be a standalone IT chatbot in your organization. So I'm satisfied with this one. You can change the default. Okay, it invalidates, let's say, follow-up complaint, for example. So it needs to have a action verb and a proper noun. So file complaint. So you can even change the default or where it will branch, or go to URL. Once you click the menu, where it will go to. For example, you want this to file serve request. This will pop up another portal. You have a portal for filing a service request, an SR request, and so on and so forth. Now, for this demo, I will just stay in buying a new gadget. This is my default answer. Okay, let's say I click done. As you can see, we're still not doing any code as of the moment. It's still a click, drag and configuration. Now, let's say the user would like, I want a new MacBook, for example, because my laptop is broken already. And as you can see, the digital assistant was able to detect again the utterance. Click done. Let's just say, let's utilize the cards. So we can show you what are the possible ways to display the choices. Let's say, sure, I can help you with that. Okay. Let's just fix some minor typo. And with the cards, this is a very exciting one. You can utilize images on this part. Let's say we have here smartphone, because in the first menu, we only have 3 choices, and it will go to a gadget. And gadgets can be a smartphone, a laptop, it can be a headset. So just for demo purposes, let's just say I will give you these choices. I have here a smartphone image just to demo and show you how easy it is. And there you go. You already have a card with an image of choice. Instead of a typical menu driven, you already have a card. Let's add more. Let's have a second card. Let's say laptop. Okay. Let's just use the image for the laptops. Okay. And another one, last one, so that we can have 3. Let's say let's use headset. Okay, headset. Okay, there you go. So in an intuitive way, you already have a markout layout of your IT assistant. Let's just say my default is the laptop. I just need to set this as the default and click save. Okay, and then I will say laptop please. Okay, done. And just say, let's just end the conversation for the demo. Okay, your request is submitted, for example. Submitted. All right. Now let's see how it goes in the actual runtime. The digital assistant has incorporated a preview task or even embedded to your own dialog flow in the bot dialog flow for the bot developers. Let's preview it. Let's preview the Macout. So this is the preview. You just need to click this one, like an enter button, and it will show you in a automatic way the Mac flow. So let's say enter. Once it detects the utterance of a new MacBook, it will go through the buying gadget option, not in the request, not in the follow-up complaint. Okay, so let's say it says laptop please, and the user clicks enter, and then the bot will capture that the intention is to submit procurement of the laptop. So this is a very simple conversation flow design. It can vary depending on the use case in your organization. This one is for an IT assistance. It can also be done in your finance or in your HR or in your other departments, line of businesses, and so on and so forth. So I hope you can try this on. For the next session, we will be dwelling into the skills analytics. So let me just go on and proceed on that one. Now, for the skill analytics or bot analytics, we have here this module. We call it the insights. So for the insights, okay, you have this dashboard. Let me just get you an example which has data for it. Let's just use the employee assistant that I demo in the first part. Okay. And in that analytics, for the last 7 days, there you go. What's nice with digital assistant is that it's putting an effort to have its analytics inside its platform. You don't have to get another analytics to observe the conversation between the user and your bot. So you can able to learn from it, get insights from it, and turn it into a valuable information. For example, you have how many leaves or how many transaction does this employee ask the bot every time, or perhaps the HR admin would like to look into it. Is this employee like problematic, or is this employee need an assistance, or this employee wants to upgrade its goals or wants to take some certifications? Perhaps they will improve their employee assistance program, and so on and so forth. So for example, in this, we can see the number of conversations that the digital assistant had, what are the completed, which are incomplete. Incomplete conversation with the bot might indicate that using it is not user intuitive, or some flows should be tweaked, some conversation flows should be altered and improved. In progress, meaning what's ongoing as of this moment, what are the errors, and so on and so forth. It can also give you conversation trends, and it can even give you like a map of which intents are usually used. So usually users do greeting. They ping the bot and ask it. They can ask to cancel their leaves, or check the balance, or even request for the leave. So it's like a word map. You can change it with this one, that what are the words that typically user used. Okay, so these are some of the data like a transaction intent. So you can use it to generate more information about the customer experience of your employees. And as well, it can output the channels. For example, you have channels other than the portal. Earlier, I just used the web portal and the test. This blue one is the bot tester that I use in this platform. If you have a Facebook Messenger here or a WhatsApp, it will go out in this diagram. So all of these are out of the box in the digital assistant. One last thing, another thing that I would like to show you is that how you can enable or train the bot to make it more intelligent. So for example, this one, I entered earlier a file, my live, and it goes to an unresolved intent. So an unresolved intent is an intent or an utterance that the bot doesn't understand. It meaning it's not yet part of the corpus or the vocabulary of the digital assistant. Now, what you can do, okay, let me just put that aside. In other chatbot platforms in the market, what they do is they put manually these words in the code. The developer should do it. But in digital assistant platform, with the use of the retrainer module, even business users or bot designer or for level 1 IT assistants can do and retrain the bot in just few seconds. So let me show you. Now, if you see, it categorizes as unresolved. What you can do is categorize it as a file my live, okay? Or you can put another unresolved intent here that will say that if this one is encountered, it will say, can you rephrase your intention or can you rephrase the utterance? Or, for example, this one, the great, okay? Great is like a complimentary thank you or a greeting or exit greeting. Now, I can retrain the bot and put it under the exit greeting, for example. All right, so once I put it in exit greeting, let's say I added it, and then I train the bot, okay, submit it. The next time that I'm going to use it, it should be part of the corpus. Okay, let me just click the add example first. You successfully added the example. So once you say great at the end of the conversation, since you're part of the exit greeting, it will then tell you, thank you, have a good day. Let's just try it. Let me go to the intent, try it out. And let's try and check how it will respond. Before it is unresolved, right? Now, let's say where it will go to. So it goes to the exit greeting 100%. So in runtime, once you use this one, it will go to exit greeting before it's in unresolved. So how easy it is to train the bot? You just need to click train and submit. There are two ways. First is the linguistic base. If you have a small knowledge base, since I'm just starting my skill, I'm using the trainer HT. But if you have a large knowledge base corpus, we recommend to use the machine learning based model. So to train it, just a few seconds and it's already trained. Okay, there you go, successful. And with that, this ends my session. Just to summarize, we demoed earlier the demo employee of a digital assistant. We show how to file a leave, what are the different kinds of conversation flow, where we can plug in a digital assistant, and how can we design it. So part of it, the conversation designer in the second session, we show how easy it is to do click and drag conversation design. No need for bot developers, even your business user or the bot designer can do it inside the digital assistant platform. And if you would like to offload or to give it to your bot developers, you can do so and generate the code. And lastly, the bot analytics, we just showed you how powerful a digital assistant is. We showed you what are the insights that we can get. We can come up and extract it from the digital assistant to come up with a better information of your employee and your bot, or it can be anyone, any user in your organization. And with that, I would like to end the session. Thank you so much and see you around in the next digital assistant demo. Bye. Have a good day. Thank you.